It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Niners and the Pack coming up next.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
On first down, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Garoppolo looks to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively at second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here's second and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. A beautiful fake. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That catch good for only a couple. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Down right around the 25. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Garoppolo now. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 30 yards. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the 1st quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Here's Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling there to make the grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And That's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone, and then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the strike.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the result, a Green Bay score. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. To throw again on 2nd down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were a man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ambry Thomas. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And they're the recipient of a nice gift here late in the half with a real chance to put points on the board.
And it's been a difficult half for them in terms of putting points on the board. So here with this gift, with this opportunity, they've got to find a way to cash it in.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. Get all the way down there to the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and short now following the fumble. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And Gould is able to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Rodgers on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Rodgers to throw. Dancing to his left. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
What's the deal, dog?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Crosby puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Niners in that first half. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Rodgers on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Again, it's Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Checks this one down, it's Mitchell. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. To throw is Garoppolo. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
So much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's got this down to the 35.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag. That guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He's got Lewis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry by Jones. Uses this stiff, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have moved out in front. a strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Garoppolo and the Niners now, trailing 17-10, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Ayuk complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Garoppolo. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Garoppolo. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. He'll look to throw. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. He's back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their number 1 running option that you scouted and take away their number 1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. One final try now for Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos will pick. And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. It was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half.